Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meadsy69 and we are back with Open Test 5.5. Now, before I get into the video, it's going to be a long one. This is an open test, so Wargaming may change anything you see before it goes live, although they don't tend to change anything or nothing big anyway. So there is a couple of big changes in this update, and one is one we all knew was coming. They at Wargaming have put it off a few updates, but it is here, and that is the rebalancing of lower tiers. So we're going to go through all them now. So we are in the American, the USA, and you can see the M2 Light is now a tier 2, a tier 1, sorry, and they've pretty much done a makeover of all the tier 1s. You've got the Chaffee, which is a tier 6, and an M7, I think, was a tier 5. That is now a tier 4. So we're going to move on to the Soviet. You've got the T26 now tier 1, and a few other changes. So you can straight away see the T46 is no more. The SUs, the tier 3, 2 are no more. And the A20. This, I think, is a great move by Wargaming. They have removed the autoloader of the A20. Now, I do think that is great because all these players that spam the A20 just for win rate, people that have had like 50,000 battles, but they've had 30,000 or 20,000 just in the A20. So hopefully this will put a stop to that. So moving on to British, Cruiser 2 is now a tier 1. So that is now a tier 1. A few other changes. You've got Matilda, which was a medium, but it's now been put as a heavy, so it should, because it is a heavy tank. It's not a medium. So they've finally changed that to a heavy. Next up we have the Japanese Hago tier 1, and it's just one straight line now, so not much change really. There's a few tanks that's been removed. French R35 now tier 1, a few others been removed, which I will show you all later on. Chinese, now the Type B is a tier 1, and there is a new tier 2, and that is the LTW VZ38, which is here. So it's a brand new tank which they've added as a new tier 2. So whole armor 35, sides 25, not much really. It is a tier 2 after all. Speed 42, not so bad. Shell damage 34 to 56, penetration 48 to 64. Rate of fire is only 9.27. with an aim time of 4.2 seconds and a dispersion of 0.390. I've looked at this and I don't really think much of it. I think it's around about 7 seconds reload for 50 damage. Now, I'm not sure if all the other tier 2s are like that, but I think that's kind of low, to be honest. And again, a few tanks been removed from there. And now we're going to go on to the German line. Now, this is where the big change is happening. So the Panther 2 is now a tier 1, and you can see loads of tanks here missing or been removed or been changed. Now, one of the big things is the Hetzer. The 10.5 centimeter gun is gone. Not sure why they did that, because it's not really a seal clubbing tank. It's just fun. And they've did the same with the Stug. They've removed the 10.5 centimeters of both guns. Now, if you haven't already, Skate Extreme has done an update video. Martindogger has done an update video. So I do thank Martin. He helped me out with this video, and Noob Commander from TheBlitzPost. He has helped me out as well. Link to all their channels will be in the description, if I remember. So the big change is the new tanks. So tier 8 you have the VK100 01P. Tier 9 you have the Mäusechen Mäusechen, if I said that right, and then the tier 10, the VK7201K. So 3 new tanks. The VK72 has gone on from the VK45. The tier 8 one has been added, and then the Mäusechen for the tier 9 from the tier 8, which leads on to the mouse. So a few new tanks, and we are going to check them out in, not in battle, but in training rooms to check out the armor. This is the new light VZ38. Looks kind of cute. Nothing, as I've said, nothing special. And to be honest, I don't really know why. This is another change. So tier 2 only now sees AP, which is very weird because you have tanks like the Mini Mouse, that is tier 2. No one's going to be able to penetrate it. So tier 2 has just AP. Tier 3 has the 2. It doesn't have HE. Then the tier 4 has all 3. Now these are all the what do you call them? The tanks that are being put as collectibles. Now a couple of them have been nerfed. So the T1E6, for example, has gone from 6 shells just down to 2. Some people might not like this because we paid money for this. I paid money for this. So, but if you want to, you can sell it for gold. So 750 gold for the T1E6. You've got the T2 light there. You can also sell that for 650 gold. And we're going to literally go through all the tanks. So you've got the T7 car, 650 gold. So if you wanted to sell these tanks, you've got the Locust here, which is quite nice at 1000 gold. We're going to move on to the T21, which is a tier 6, also being put into collectible. You could sell that for 500 gold. And so premiums are obviously worth a bit more. Tier 2's tech trees are worth 25 gold. Tier 3 tech trees are worth 50 gold. Tier 4 are worth 100 gold. I believe, is it 100 gold? Yeah, 100 gold. Tier 5 is worth 250 gold. Tier 6 is worth 500 gold. And Tier 7, there is one Tier 7, and that's worth 1,500 gold. So I have now bought every tank. I've already got all the premiums. I have bought every tank on this list now. So every tank on this list is now in my garage. So I am tempted to sell them all. Might keep the odd premium, but things like the T7 car, I'm not going to play it. I might as well sell it for a few gold. Why not? And then tanks like the KV13, I'm not really going to play that anymore. So I might as well get myself 1500 gold. Things like the Mini Mouse, I'm definitely going to keep because that's quite a fun little tier 2. So I'm definitely going to keep the Mini Mouse, the Panda 2J, which is on this list. There's going to be a couple that I will keep. But I did some working out this afternoon when I got onto test server, and I added up all the gold, which if you've seen Skate's video, you'll know that I think he's done 2 videos. One, I don't know if it'll be released by the time I release this, but if you buy all these tanks, every tank, even if you've got if you've got all the premiums here, and then you buy all the tech tree tanks, you can sell them all for 28,750 gold. That's a lot of gold. So I'm very, very tempted to sell most of them because that could be a potential tier 10 tank that comes in the future. Now, I'm going to get more use out of that tier 10 tank than I am any of these tanks. So for me, it might be worth selling all these and getting that gold. I think Skate done one where he added everything up except for the premiums, and that was like 16k gold. So even that is a big number. The Panda B2 I might keep, but then I've also got the Valentine, which is pretty much the same. It doesn't see tier 5. So I only really need one of them. Things like the DW2 I might keep because it's a pretty good tank. Mudder, the toaster here, I'm definitely going to sell. The Tetrarch I might sell because I'm never going to play it. 700 gold. I'd rather have that gold than it sit in my garage and never get played. M3 Light again. T127 again, 950. So you can get some good value. BTSV, I haven't played this for months. Might as well grab myself 1k gold from it. And there we have the T46. There is our T46. Another seal clubbing tank. So I can understand why that has been removed because people do seal club in that tank as well. Artie there, 850 gold again. Artie's quite fun, but I don't know if I'll keep that. Valentine there, 1500 gold. A32, a tier 4, that is 1450 gold. So I can sell like six of these premiums and get myself a tier 8 premium if I've got all the tier 8 premiums, but that tier 8 premium will get me, I'll have more use than these premiums. So although I am glad that they are not removing the tanks completely, so if you want the tanks, then go buy them, then you'll still have them. So I can understand the rebalancing of what they are doing, and if you've got the tanks, it really doesn't affect you much. But if you do decide to sell them, you do have to remember you won't be able to get them back. So do keep that in mind when you do sell it. Churchill gun carrier at 500 gold. I'm going to get that gold for sure. There are a few tanks like here, the Hetzakami. Only 100 gold. I'm not sure. I paid money for that. I think it was an event, but I think I paid money for that because I got it early. But it was a free tank, I suppose. So that's why it is only 100 gold. FCM 36 pack 40. My worst tank in the game, or my worst premium tank. For sure, again, I'm going to sell this for 950 gold. Why not? I'm never going to play it again. I might as well get some use out of it. So that is all of the collectible tanks. And again, if you buy all these and you don't want to sell them, then it's not really a big deal for you. And new players coming in, they're not going to know them anyway. And none of these tanks are really like completely OP. So that is all the rebalancing of the lower tiers. Now we're going to look at the new tanks. The VK100-01P. It looks like a big rock with a cannon on, but it is very nice. All three tanks are pretty nice. So 1470 hit points. Armor on the front 200, side 130, and the rear 120. Your turret armor is 230, sides 160, and the rear 140. Speed 20, so it is pretty slow. Traverse 31.90. Aim time 3.7, dispersion 0.380. Rate of fire 4.19 with an average penetration of on your AP at 220, APCR 260, and your high explosive is 65, and your average damage on the AP you've got 460, APCR you've got 390, and your high explosive you've got 600. So let's look at the armor. Now this is Martindogger helping me out here, and the armor is pretty solid. You've got a couple of weak spots or a couple of spots that look weak. Now I'm in the ISU 152, which is one of the best penetrating tanks in tier 8, and you can see some is red, but even this hatch here, we're gonna just keep looking, and it doesn't look, it looks easily pennable. It looks really easy pennable. The cheeks look really easily pennable, but we're going to shoot the hatch there and we're going to bounce. You can pen the hatch, but it's still very troll. This is an ISU 152 bouncing on that hatch. You can get the cheeks, the bottom plate is quite weak, but if you wiggle your tank, if you go hold down and wiggle your tank, you will definitely get some bounces. Just like Martin is doing here, you're going to get some bounces. Although, and even there, look, the front plate is rock solid, except for that bottom part. So all round, it's going to be a nice tank, and it is quite a nice tank. Speed is the only downfall. You do have some weak spots on the tank, and we're going to look at at the VK with another VK, and just look how red that is looking down on it. That is red as anything, really really red. And we're going to look here, the bottom plate again. You can pen the bottom plate, and we're going to be using the AP. Now another thing, if you look at my loadout, the AP, APCR and HE, another thing that I did notice that has changed, and I'm not sure why, the APCR ribbon is now red, which is going to get really confusing with the AP. It's changed from black to red, and I'm not sure why. And again, we're going to shoot that hatch, and we're going to bounce. So not a bad tank, not a bad tank at all. And now we're going to look at the Mäusechen. So hit points 2000, armor 200, sides is 150, rear 135. Your turret is 240 mil, sides 160, and the rear is 150. Speed limit 25, so it does go a little bit more quicker. Shell damage, aim time, no rate of fire, 4.75, aim time 3.7, dispersion 0.344. Rate of fire is 4.75, average penetration 246 on your AP, 311 on your APCR, and 65 on your heat. So not bad penetration, 460 alpha on your AP, not too bad at all. And again, here we go. Looks very similar to the VK with your bottom plate, the side, and the hatch. We're now in a Conqueror, which is the best penetrating tier 9 tank, and you can see we can actually pen the cheeks. But again, if you angle, which Martin will show you in a bit, just like this, yes, we can pen the cheeks, but you start wiggling and aiming or not looking directly at the enemy, you're going to get a lot of bounces. And just look how red this is. And again, we're going to shoot the hatch. You can pen the hatch. It's just RNG not on my side, so we're going to aim again, and then finally we do pen the hatch. But just look how red that tank is, and that is a weak spot. The front of the turret is, it sort of dips in to the back, and you can see there, the front bit's not red, the back bit is completely red, although we did bounce. He moved just as I shot, and just look at this I think is pretty weird. The bottom is all red of the tracks, but the top is easily pennable, and it's the same as I've just said with the turret. So the back of the turret, you can see all red, where the front bit where it sort of dips in is pennable. So side scraping, you do need to be careful of that. Now moving up to the big one, it is the VK72. So 2100 hit points, only 100 hit points more. Armor 240, sides 160, rear 120, and the turret 200, 160, and 120. Speed limit 30, so again a little bit more quicker. Rate of fire 3.85, aim time 4.4, dispersion 0.362. Rate of fire we said 3.85. Average penetration AP 258. Heat, this one has heat 334, and your high explosive 85, and your average damage is 640. Use your heat and it's still 550, and then the high explosive is 960. Now this tank is amazing. So unlike the other two are more side scraping tanks, where this is more a hold down tank, because it has got some weak spots. And you can see the side just under the turret where I'm looking at now, that part is quite big. So when you go side scraping, which you'll be in this position, you can easily pen the side of that, and you can see it is quite big. But if you go hold down, well, not yet, we're not going to show you that. Rear of a 268, not a problem, 1100 damage with HE, so it's got a nice gun. And here you can see we are in that position where we're side scraping, but Martin can easily penetrate me. Now the best way to play this tank is like this. Now it has got, I believe, 7 degrees of gun depression, and just even when you're angling up, look how strong that bottom plate is. That bottom plate is really, really strong. So you want to use that gun depression, even your turret. This is with heat. You can pen the little hatch on top, but it's very, very small. So trying to get that will be an issue. And we're going to try again. No luck whatsoever. So that bottom plate at this angle is just amazing. And if you play the tank like this, although you can pen it with heat, so you're going to get spammed with the heat. Now we're going to look at a quick game from Noob Commander, which he has put on the TheBlitzPost channel. Go check it out. Join their Discord server, which will be on his channel. Now this is in the open test, and it is 2 against 3, although one is AFK. Now it's not as much just because of the damage I'm going to show you, because one is AFK and it is a Jaegeru. It's pretty much just showing you the gameplay of this tank and how it will be in battle. So you can see he's just trying to side scrape, trying to angle and seeing where the enemy is. They know where the leopard is, but he's not quite sure, and he doesn't know that there is an AFK at this point. So now the AMX 50B is also around there, so he's going to now go and help his teammate. It is just 2 against 3. These are the kind of matchmaking you get put in the test server. I played it in the tier 8 tank, and I got put through on my own against 2, and I just got absolutely deleted. So the leopard one is about to die. He's going to now go for the AMX. So the pattern takes out the leopard, but the AMX takes out the pattern. So that's his second shot from the AMX. He's bounced the first shot. And is he going to bounce the second one? He's still got one more, or has he? He might be reloading. I think he's reloading. But so he's got one shot into the AMX, and now he's just going to pretty much try and face hug him. And then thankfully the AMX gives him his side, and he does monster damage, putting him now down to a 1 shot. He's trying to angle. You can see he's not going directly facing him. He's trying to angle, and he got a couple of bounces, or a bounce, and he manages to clear him up. So now all what's left is, and even that player there, OP, is the Jaegeru, who is AFK. And this is penning his cheeks at an angle. He is sitting at an angle, don't forget, with heat, and it goes through like butter. So this tank I really can't wait to get. It is a great tank, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be a weird one, because as soon as this update comes, there's going to be so many people who will have this tank straight away, because all you've got to do is go and play the VK, the tier 9 VK. 3, I'm not sure how much XP is needed for this, but if you're looking at around, say, 300,000 XP, if you get that on your VK, as soon as this updates, you can get this tank straight away. And it is worth it. It really is worth it. It's a great tank, and I really can't wait to play this tank. Noob's just about to get one more shot in. Damage his Amarak there, you see. And now he's just going to sit there, see what he's looking at. Oh, some pretty views over there. And that, guys, is pretty much it. So it's actually a big update, a very big update with the new tanks, with the rebalancing of lower tier tanks. But I think it's going to be a good update, I really do. And also the map, the Mad Games map, is also hopefully coming in random battles as well. So for now, that is it, guys. Thank you for Martin, thank you for Noob for helping me, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.